Hello everyone and welcome back to Minecraft on the Vortex server. This time we actually are on this server. This is spawn and there you go. I've started working on the future gigantic tower and I do like the look of it so far. The windows look nice and kind of pushed into the wall. I like the dark brown layer to kind of separate each story of the building, and the wood looks nice as a pillar. Indoors I haven't really done much that you haven't seen yet. I went with the blue carpet. It just, I don't know, it looked best to my mind. Put the ceiling light in just as I'd shown you at the end of last episode. I have built this room, which is probably just going to be like a corridor going through to go to the second level, and I've hidden well, in inverted commas, really. I've put two chests behind the stairs just to have something there and to get some extra storage. This will be, or rather this is, a ceiling light in this room, which I think I kind of like these ceiling light things, and of course carpet on top, so this room will have some light. There will be some issues with the light, so for now I'm using torches, but torches aren't the final solution, of course. And these will also be ceiling lights. I have my nice silk touch scissors on me, or rather shears. Just in case you aren't aware, silk touch on shears, it works on stuff like glass and glowstone. Let me just show you. And most importantly, it does not take up any durability whatsoever. So I can use it to break glowstone and glass and such things without using up durability. Now, for example, cobwebs, which you can only get with a silk touch shear, they actually use up durability on the item. And now I'll need to make these ceiling lights kind of, basically they need a setting. As with all the other things, I'm going to use upside down stairs to make it look a little nicer to my mind. Now, the plan which I which I just came up with, basically, this here is going to be like a huge dining room where you would eat if you had lots of guests, I guess. I'll keep doing this, actually. I keep getting sidetracked and then talking about something for a while, and I don't want to do that. So yeah, this main dining room, of course it's much too large if you don't have many guests, or if you're actually eating alone. So there's going to be alternate bedrooms, not bedrooms, dining rooms. One for smaller companies, like if you're only invited, I don't know, a couple of friends, maybe a married couple that you know, I don't know, something. And then there's going to be one in case I am completely alone. I'll go upstairs to kind of find any slabs that ended up on top, which can happen somehow. It doesn't make sense physically, but it does in the game, so. There we are. This will probably be the kitchen. That way, kitchen smells don't really go directly to the dining room, which would happen if the kitchen was down here, which was the alternative. I had the staircase installed here first, and this would have been the kitchen, but kitchen smells aren't always ideal, so it'll be on top, and smells don't, well, you would smell something, but not as much, so that's fine. Need to go back up, actually. To fetch 2 torches. And now, the way this will look is, as you could probably guess, like this, which I think it looks really nice, and it's kind of the way I do my ceiling lights in this build. It is a fairly large project, so I guess I won't do just every episode on this. I will occasionally do stuff here though. Of course, I'm still working on the kind of floating-ish base in the ocean. I added a cactus farm, which I'm not going to show you yet though. It's just a lame, boring, standard cactus farm. There's not much point to it really. I needed 6 cactus to dye 6 sheep. And maybe I'll need some more to make like the combined dyes, the mixed colors. But yeah, I wouldn't have needed a cactus farm, but I just felt like building one. I could have just, you know, planted the cacti somewhere on some sand and waited for them to grow, and then that would have been fine. There's some lighting glitches with the upside down stairs when there's like walls on top of them. I don't think I can help that, aside from not using the stairs, so that's not really an option. Which means we're gonna have to live with these lighting glitches. And I don't think 1.7 is gonna fix them. At least I don't think there's any plans to that effect. Makes the room look a little cramped, or like a little, I don't know, not as tall as it looked before, but I'm guessing it's fine. So again, I'm only going to do the exterior of this build for now. The interior design will come later. And I was talking about what I had planned for the future of this. By the way, I also added a nice balcony up here. So here, there's probably going to be... I definitely need to put something here because I can't put carpet right next to the wall. I haven't done that anywhere else. So there will need to be, I don't know, like benches. Not sure yet, and it's not relevant for the moment. I will find a solution, so that's okay. Added a nice little balcony, and yeah, this might be... I might put like a, I don't know, a bar here. So bar is in somewhere you go to buy drinks. You won't buy them, but there'll be like shelves up there for like all the kinds of alcohol you can think of, and you know what I'm talking about. So you can mix a drink and then you can drink it out on the balcony watching. Sadly, the sun rises, sets over there and rises over there, so it's not ideal. Should have really chosen to make it face that way, but spawn is kind of that way, so yeah, I didn't really have that option. So second level, as you see, is also still needs a roof, of course, and apart from that, though, it's fairly finished. This will be, as I said, the kitchen. This will be just a room for walking through to get to the kitchen, and of course to get food from the kitchen down. This here will be, as I said, there will be probably a bar somewhere here. And I'm thinking over here, there will be the staircase to the next level. Might as well use this. I'm just going to pillar up so you can see kind of the dimensions this thing has now. This should be fine. So, yeah, you see, nice little room division. And that poking out bit, which was the entrance area, is now basically removed, so I've now got a rectangle to work with. I'll probably keep the next level just in the same dimensions as this. The next one will be kind of a living room area, so there'll be lots of bookshelves, sofas, and it'll be very light, so I'll have windows all the way around as much as possible. And I'll have one big room basically, and a staircase somewhere in the corner to get obviously to the next level. And on the level above this, I'm going to make it a little smaller, so I'll make a walkway all the way around with, again, fences and wood plank, not planks, just normal spruce wood. That is Mad Miner's build. I'm not certain where he's going with it. So far it's kind of incoherent. I don't know what it's supposed to be. but it looks quite cool so far. And I don't know whose plots these are. I think those two are unclaimed. That one's Devil Hunter. That one might be Lars, but I'm not certain if he moved. I think maybe Lars moved over here. I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, Lex Devil, big, open. The one after that will be slightly smaller, and it'll probably have bedrooms in it. And then I'll just go see where it takes me, really. Now, I'm not gonna like stop at any point if I feel I can build another level that looks good, but I'm not gonna force myself to go to build limit either. If I'm out of ideas, I'm out of ideas, and that's it. But yeah, let me know if you like this particular style of building. I think it works quite well. It doesn't look as wintry as I had maybe thought, but on higher levels I can add some snow. The problem with is I want it well lit, so snow isn't that much of an option because, yeah, glowstone and such, it melts the snow and it would look a little strange. And yeah, I've gone with a different kind of hedge design than is used elsewhere. I would have used the pumpkins because they work quite well color-wise, so it doesn't really matter. But I remember there being talk about the fact that at some point pumpkins would change the way the light works, so it would no longer shine out to the top, basically, which I think might affect this particular build, this particular type of hedge. Because I think the plan is that the light will only come out on the side that's carved out. So, for example, if I were to place this like so, this will not be a light source anymore. And I know that they're not planning to do that in 1.7, but just in case they ever do it and this build and this server will still be around by then, I just choose to go with glowstone because there's no plans to change glowstone that way. Yeah. I also choose to use spruce wood stairs here instead of the oak wood that everyone else is using. I think it still looks okay. It doesn't look too out of place. Anyway, Mad Miner's the only other one who's actually done anything on his plot, and it's only this kind of... I don't really know what it's supposed to be. These look a bit like giant wheels, but... And this plot is now orbs. And this one has now been claimed by Death Games. So that's Varboa building his thing there. I think this is Lars's horse, so let's not kill it. He might get a little upset. Don't really think there's anything else to show you guys here, so I guess I'll see you at my base to show you the upgraded sheep farm. And, I don't know, maybe do something there if I can think of something. See you then! And, of course, no one told me that I had my sound turned off again. Which I sometimes do when I'm, like, building and watching videos at the same time, so... Sorry there wasn't any sound, in-game sound in the first 13 minutes. There is sound now, as you can hear. Unless you can't hear it and the recording's messed up, but I doubt it. So yeah, my tunnel is now very nice to travel through. You don't have to worry about pigmen anymore, which are such a pain. And I'll see you at my base. And there we are. Almost. The nether arrival room, which I've got here, it's still a little... I don't know. It looks a little unfinished. I'll just leave that. No, actually. Occasionally people come by here to get to the blaze farm, I think, so don't want to leave this there. If you're very unlucky and you hit a minecart, you might bounce back and get sent back to spawn. Yeah. Ding. This tunnel still hasn't seen any progress, really. I need to do that at some point, it's just a little boring. So, I said I wasn't going to show you the cactus farm, but I thought I might as well. Since, in case someone's watching and needs inspiration for his own cactus farm, I can give it to you now. Cough, cough. I'll need some dirt, though, to just pillar up. because obviously I didn't leave much, much room to maneuver. As you know, in this particular build, I like to keep things as disconnected as possible. But I'm quite glad with how this turned out, all in all. So just from the chicken farm, which is doing perfectly fine. I'm not eating anything else at the moment, and I'm getting more than I need, so it's perfect. Yeah, I've got just over 2 stacks, which is again more than I'll probably ever need, but I'll just show you quickly how it works. I guess if you've seen cactus farms, this isn't going to be very interesting to you, but basically, cactus needs sand to stand on, so I put half slabs down, put sand on top, cactus on top. That's pretty much non-optional. And then when cactus grows, if there's something next to it, it can't, well, it will grow, but it can't stay there, so it'll plop off instantly. So, for example, if this cactus grows, I'll actually, guess I'll show you. If this cactus now grows, I actually can't place it. Okay, I thought I could, but I can't. The natural algorithm for growing cactus is cacti, though it can place a cactus right on top of this, right there. But because there's a sign next to it, cactus needs free space around it, so it'll plop off. And sometimes it'll plop off and fall into another cactus or into this one, and it'll get destroyed. Because if I drop an item into a cactus, it gets destroyed. But that doesn't happen too often, as far as I'm aware. And most of the time the item will actually drop down into the water streams, which lead into a hopper down there. And then, of course, that all gets put into a chest. Alright, I'm gonna dive after my 3 dirt now. Perfect. I don't like losing blocks, as you know. And of course the updated sheep farm. Don't have a bed down here anymore, so I can't really change it to daytime, but then again I don't really have to, because we are spawn proof. All the technically valid spawning places are above the relevant light levels, so unless it is possible for stuff to spawn inside alchemy, the alchemy table things, which I don't think it is, so we should be fine. Yeah, so just in case the plans I had for the sheep farm didn't make sense to you before, basically like this it'll be 4 wide, and like that it'll be 4 wide, so I've kind of done some progress here. There will be another one going again 1 level up, and another one going 1 level up that way. And each of those 2 will have a full row of 4 basically connected to it going in that direction. I guess with more of it finished, you can probably imagine how it's going to look in the end. So this is kind of like different plateaus for different colors of sheep, which works out perfectly because there's 16 colors. I've only got currently the green, the blue, and the red, which I need for my for the spawn house, for the thing on my plot. And there's 6 each, which is basically the number I'm keeping. I could probably do 8. There's enough grass here to do 8, probably even 10 sheep, but most of the time I don't need that many, and they do cause some lag, so I prefer not having too many of them. And I think that really is all I changed. I did change one thing which has over time started to massively annoy me. This stair, you know how it used to connect 1 higher, basically, so this slab would have been 1 block higher, and all the other ones as well. And that didn't look clean. It didn't look like the rest of the base, and now it does. And then chest down there is almost full, but I've almost no need for the items, so I guess I could take some of the gunpowder out, actually. I know there isn't much action going on this episode, not much building happening. The building you had last time, like in creative, that's pretty much what building the spawn houses was like in vanilla Minecraft, so if that's the kind of thing you like to see, tell me. And otherwise, I guess what I do is probably more show you stuff and then do some building, like I did the ceiling lights and such, but not much. If you'd rather see me building it, that might be a little more, I don't know, I would think it's more boring, but tell me if it's not. And that's the gunpowder. No shortage there. What I actually have the least of currently is probably going to be gas tiers. Well, technically it's golden carrots, but I can make more of them, since I have tons of gold. And when I say tons of gold, I don't mean that much, but enough. Glistering melons are more expensive now too, but that's okay. My gold supply is decent. 27 blocks, 4 ingots, and 8 nuggets. So, yeah, that's really all I've done, so I'll think of something to do and I'll be back then. And back I am. I couldn't really think of anything to do in the last few minutes, which I technically would have, but really I might as well just say goodbye. I'm well above my usual, well, my target of 20 minutes, so that's fine. I don't mind if the episodes are a little shorter than 30 minutes. Yeah, one thing I was still going to show you, but it's not really anything lengthy, is the view on the sheep farm from slightly above. Because the highest point in my base is still my bed, which is a terrible idea, just telling you. When someone says, "Can everyone sleep, please?" I tend to just log out. It takes me like a minute just to get up here, which is not ideal. And down there we can still see my old cow pen, mushroom pen rather, and my old sleeping mushroom, which still has a bed in it, I believe. Maybe, I think I put one back in there at some point, I don't know. And my old portal and all that nostalgic stuff. And from up here... Wow, that was close. And using the zoom feature, you kind of see how it's different, like plateaus in the sheep farm. And the sheep in the second and third pen, they're not gone, they're just not rendered, because my render distance isn't... It's set too far, but not... I didn't increase it further with Optifine, basically. So yeah. But from up here you do get a very decent view of the... Wow. I usually don't make that jump. You get a very decent view of the entire base. Got a mob tower, the sheep farm, reed farm, which also works very nicely. I'm not usually maybe only 1 or 2 drop down to the sea, so that's nice. We added a beacon. We've got the chicken farm. We've got the completely obsolete cactus farm. And of course, if you want to see any other features added that seem reasonable to you, feel free to suggest them. Regardless, that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye!